So this is our Matchlogic flagship product. Today I'm going to give you a crosswalk between various data and how to create a single source of truth within various disparate data. Before we reach the single source of truth, we'll obviously profile the data, cleanse it, standardize it, create a matching criteria, create a matching definition, and reach towards our matching results. Now, without further ado, let me dive into this. So this is the home screen. Once you've launched the application, the tool, you can create a new project. I'm going to call this one, let's say, demo recording one. Now, as soon as I hit enter, the project is created, and it takes me to our first module, which is data import. Now, I can import data from various sources. You can connect your CRMs in here, bring in from various disparate sources that you have. For the sake of the recording, I'm going to import a couple of Excel files, keep it simple. I hit select. I have a couple of example data files here. I upload those. Within seconds, the data comes in. It's titled customer master. I hit next. So this step is because uh, sometimes in an Excel file you've got multiple tabs which has multiple information in it, but the file that I'm bringing in this has just one tab and various columns in it. So I hit import. While it's importing this one, I can bring in another file. Again, I have that ready, example data 2. I just select that. I hit upload, and now it's asking me the same questions that it did for file 1, and I just check that and I hit import. Now within seconds, my first file had 2134 records in it. The second file has close to 8500 records. Collectively, the dataset becomes around 10,500. So within seconds it did that for us, as you could see. Now once the files have been added, the data is in, I hit profile, which is our second module, and within seconds it's going to run the profiling on my data. Now this profiling module of ours is something that is very unique. It is very advanced. Nobody in the market is offering anything like this right now. It gives you a complete analytical view of the data that has been imported, any anomalies, any problems, and key insights as well. So there we go. It gives you this is the overview, the analytical view of the data. It's telling you the data quality score. It's giving you some key insights that you can note while you are. This helps when you are cleansing the data or standardizing it. You know what kind of errors might be in the data. Field level data quality scoring in terms of percentage. Each column is giving me, that data too. Now there's a lot of details in here. I'm not going to deep dive into each of these. If you need information, or if you want further details, you can always set up a call or a demo with us. You can bring in your own example data. We can run that through the system, and we can deep dive into each of these details that are being shown here. Now again, this is just the analytical view of the data. If I want to see the detailed analysis, I click on that tab and it gives me a detailed analysis on each column within the data that I have imported. Now again, this is a standard view of it, as you can see here. Now if I want to see the numeric view, I can click that and it just get numbers against each field as well. Now how important is this? So for example, let's take email as an example. I see everything. As I clicked on email, it popped up the data below. Now, if I just want to see the invalid 338 within the file, I'll just click that and it'll show me those exact 338, and on the end I have a note section here. I can take notes on what's causing that invalid and what I need to cleanse or clean or standardize in order for it to become eligible and end up matching with a similar record if there is any. Now again, I'm gonna go I'm going to go through the data, through the modules very quickly because we are recording this, just the purpose of the recording. I don't want to make it a lengthy video, so I'm just showing you the power of the tool. Now this was my first file. This is my second file since it has more records in it, approximately 8,500. So I'm going to show you that it takes similarly just seconds to profile the data and give us those meaningful insights that you want to see when you import your own data. So as we were speaking, within seconds, the tool was able to bring in the data. Again, this was the numeric view because I had selected that. If I go to standard, it gives me the same thing. Overview again shows me the analytical view of the data. Once this is done, I can move forward to my data cleansing step. Now this is again a very powerful step that we have within Matchlogic. Here I can standardize or cleanse my data. So since I know the files already, I'm going to do this pretty quickly. Let's say to title case, I connect it here and I bring it to apply all since I'll be using multiple tools. Here I select, I want to title case my company name, my industry, address 1, address 2, and the city. And let's say apply for now. And then I can do a lowercase just on the email addresses, and I just say lowercase all my email addresses, and not just that. So let's remove this for now. And not just that, I am also sure that there were some spaces, so I can connect email here within the data and then bring this to apply all since we are using multiple tools, multiple rules. And since I connected this here and this already had email selected, if I go here, it only gives me email and I can select that and apply that. Let's keep it simple. Let's run it on that. Once I hit that, it shows me what changes it did to my data right here. There you go. So it standardized my data for me. I still see some, some symbols here. I can remove those too. Let's do that real time. It's on the industry field. So I say remove the symbols. I bring it here. I connect the data here. I bring that to apply all. And here I just select the industry and I say apply and run. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done the apply all since I want to apply all the rules that I have given the data. But again, a good use case to go through. So now it has removed the symbols that we were looking at previously, but it also then undo the previous rules that I had in place. But I see something else here too. I see that there are some numbers in the state column. So let's cleanse them out too. Just since it's right there, we can see it. So we can see the power of the tool too when I remove those. So I say remove the numbers and I connect this to this and this again to apply all, and here I just say from the state apply. Now what I'll do is I'll do an apply all, and as you can see on the top on the notification bell, it's giving me that the cleansing rules are in progress. So let's give it some time, let it complete. And you can see here the states are now clean, the symbols have been removed, and it's all now perfectly title case. Now we can see the apostrophe on Murphy's Fine Wine. So it did that for us. Now doing a similar thing on our, hold on. So I need to save rules first here. So once the rules are saved, I move to my second file, which is the new, we were doing it in the new prospects. Okay, so I take the customer master here. Again, I do the same things. I like title case. I want to connect that here, bring that to apply all. Here I select the company name, industry, address, and city, and I say apply. And then I also did a lowercase, and I also did a remove spaces. So here I connect that here, I connect that to this, and I bring this to apply all. Here I say I select the email, apply, and here it's only going to be emails. So I select email and apply. Again, keeping it simple, since we could see some numbers on the state, I'm going to do the same thing that I did there, just to keep it consistent. Bring that to apply all, select the state here, and apply. Now apply all. Now one thing that I noticed while I was applying these rules and I saw those options within the columns for myself, I saw that this file, my customer master file, it has, and you can see it here too, it has the customer first name, middle name, and last name parsed into 3 different columns. Whereas when I looked at my new prospect records, I saw that the name was just in a single column. Now if I want to use the contact name as a matching criteria, what I can do is I can select the name parser. I can bring it here as a new rule. I can connect the data source to it, bring it to apply all. And over here, I can select my contact name and apply, and again, apply all, and save these rules. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to take my name and it's going to parse it into the first name prefix of first name, middle name, and last name. And we can see that right here. So the name prefix, first name, middle name, last name, and a common name too. So sometimes, Robert is Bobby or Bob, nicknames like that. You can bring in your own dictionaries too. We provide some out of box, so you get that too. So just wanted to show you that power as well. Uh, and now I did my on the customer master too, so save rules there. So once I'm confident with the cleansing and standardization, again I'm going through this very quickly. If you have certain use cases, you can bring those in. We can demo those for you. Just for the purpose of this recording, I'm going pretty quickly through these modules. So once I'm done with the cleansing and standardization, I go to matching configuration. Now here, it has three rules that are right in front of us. So it's gonna ask, I have my two files here. It's asking us how you want to match through your through the data that you've imported. Now I just imported two files. So for the sake of the recording, I'm going to say find all duplicates. What that means is it's going to find duplicates within each file and then across files too. If I just wanted to match duplicates between the files, I would have set cross file matches. Or if I just wanted the tool to identify duplicates within each file itself, then I could select this. But for the sake of the recording, I'm telling the solution to find all the duplicates, which mean within each file and then across those files too. So moving to the next module, which is the matching definition. Here, the field has auto mapped. If I want to do some manual mapping, I want to make sure the headers are matching to the headers that I want to in the other file. So my customer master and new prospect records, my two files are here. The company name is matched against the company name, industry against industry, state against state, zip. Since we parsed out the name, I just want to make sure that it is taking that. So you see here, contact first name. Here it's taking the contact name. I don't want to do that. I want to take that to the first name and the last name against the last name, which is fine. Address it took against address 2. I don't want that. I want address 1. Again, we could have also parsed the address, standardized it as in the house number, the street name, the block, so on and so forth. We could have standardized it and then selected those parsed fields or the standardized fields as our matching for the address. But I'm just keeping it simple for now. City against city, middle name against middle name, account code. I don't think I have any for that, so let's just leave it for that, and that is fine. So I do that, and now I'm creating my first definition. Now on my first definition, I can say, let's take the company name and put it on a fuzzy match, which is a similar text. I select that, and let's add another rule since company name could be very similar. In fact, let's do a definition with just the company name. Let's see how many pop up. And over here, I'm telling it to keep it a little lenient. Let's say 85%. Let's see how many matches we get against just the company name. Save and match. It's going to take a few seconds to run through the data. Again, this is within a file and then across other files too. There we go. We have our match results. It's giving me 1,974 pairs. Again, this is the analytical view of it. It's giving me some insights, any issues, any anomalies that it could detect. Those will pop up here. So I want to now see the detailed analysis of it. So it's grouping possible duplicates together, and this was just on one definition, which was the company name. So in our first group, it shows me Albertsons. The anchor is what it took on as the first record. Albertsons. the company name matched on these three records. I see that these are three different people. So this could be a match on the company name, but not on the person. Similarly, let's check a few more groups. So group 2, it brought in 10 variations. So 10 possible Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS. So it matched on those, and it brought in 10 possible matches. Again, I see that these are pretty much all different people. So I'm going to go a step back on my match definition. And here, if it is matching on company name, I give it another criteria, let's say email, which I keep exact. So here I give it an 85% score on the company name, but on the email address, I'm keeping it on exact, which is 100% match. So if it is 100% match, it's going to bunch those together. Otherwise, even if the company name is same, it's going to take it as a separate unique record. Let's hit save and match, and let's see what kind of results it gives us this time. So there we go. Now, since I tweaked the matching definition, I made it a little more strict. I said to match against the company name as well as the email address only if the email address is exact. Now it's giving me 186 pairs, which is quite low from the last few that we just saw. So let me go into the detailed analysis of this. Now on the group 1 variation, it brought in Plyler's auto sales. Now there's an apostrophe here. There wasn't in, so that's the part of the fuzzy. It brought in that it brought in, and also that because the email address was an exact match. Now both of these records were within the new prospect records, so within the same file we had two similar records. It bunched them together as a possible duplicate. Now another example, FFF Poultry, since the email addresses were the same and the company name was the same. So I'm seeing all the green ones here are pretty much, here we have a customer master and new prospect records. The company name Moriah is the same. The person's email is the same, so it bunched it together. I want to see the ones that could be hanging towards the false positive. And I see a yellow here. So the company name, let's check that. So Tyson Krupp. So there was no space in the second one, so that, which is why it took it as a possible, but since we had the fuzzy in here, it bunched it together. And again, the email address was exactly the same, so it bunched it together, which is a good example. Another one I can see here, group 54, the Clin S Pool Plumbing and the Clins. So the apostrophe and S was together, it bunched it together, and since the email address was similar too. Now, I'm pretty happy with the way this is. I want to keep it simple. Let's say, just for the purpose of the recording, we can always go into detailed, in-depth analysis of each matching record. We can tweak the definition, add more criteria, add a separate definition. It all depends on the type of data that you have. What type of matching criteria are you selecting to match the data? Sometimes there are part of SKUs, sometimes there are, SSN. Sometimes, there unique criteria. Again, it depends on the use case, depends on what you're using as your matching definition or as your matching criteria. And I want to say this again, if you have further questions, you can bring in your own example data, or you can have a demo session with us where we can go through these exact same files, and you can ask those specific questions that you may have, and we can address those in detail. But for the sake of the recording, I'm going to move forward to my merge and survivorship module. Now, since I was very confident with my matching, I can add a rule here where I can say, if I want to match and merge, I can say the company name. Let's take customer master. Let's take new prospect records. Save, since those were my two. And I'm putting it on the company name. The rule is on the longest. I can change that too if I want to. Hit edit here. So it's saying operation the longest, shortest, max and min. Max and min are usually on the numeric side, but I'm taking the longest on the customer master and I'm saving that. Again, I can add as many rules as I want to, depending on the data, depending on your matching criteria, what you want to select as a merge and survivorship master record here. I'm just putting on a company name. I'm going to say save and execute. So master determination complete. Now this was there are two steps in here. My bad. I wanted. I should have said this first. So the first step is to identify which one do you want to select as the master record. Now, if there are bunching, if the tool is bunching five records together as possible duplicates, which amongst those five needs to be selected as a master record, uh, to which all the others might fill in data or update data and create a single source of truth, if that makes sense. So right now, I did the master where I said the company name and the longest one. Select that as a master record. Now override rules where I want the duplicate. If there's any information, let's say on the address, if there is any information in the new prospect records, if the field is empty, override it. So if there is any information within the duplicates that is empty in my master record, it's going to populate that with those of the with the data that is available in the duplicate records. Now I just say save and execute. It's completing that since I already gave it the rules. So pretty quickly it's going to complete my margins, and there we go. The margin survivorship step is complete.